It's time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Las Vegas. It's the Chiefs and the Raiders on Sunday night.
Now, from the home of the Raiders since 2020, we're inside the spectacular Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Coming up, one game to decide who represents the AFC in the Super Bowl. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. The stadium is packed. Standing room only, a chance for their hometown team to get to the Super Bowl. Great to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and the most important thing in the building, the Lamar Hunt Trophy. It is up for grabs for the AFC Championship. Two evenly matched teams. Greg, what are you looking for in this one?
You know, I think the team that understands how to use this energy, as you said, it is electric in this building, especially for the home team. You know that you are one win away from the ultimate goal, which is to play and have a chance for the Super Bowl trophy. Who can harness that energy early the best? There's going to be some pregame jitters. There's going to be some excitement on the sideline and in that huddle. Can you settle down early and just treat it like any other game? I think the team that gets into their rhythm the quickest, Mike, is going to be the one that has the best chance to find themselves holding that Lamar Hunt Trophy at the end.
So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
We talked to him earlier in the week, Mike, and he tried to downplay this as just another game, but I think after seeing him on the field during warm-ups, that's gone out the window. You can tell it's starting to set in just how big of an opponent.
Right away, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
They go play action with Mahomes. And they're going to get him again. Remarkable. How about that to start the game? 2 sacks on the first 2 plays.
The sack certainly isn't ideal in this situation, but I think this quarterback considers himself lucky. He at least prevented the safety. This defense is in attack mode. They know they're one big play away from taking a 2-0 lead.
Not the sharpest of starts on offense. Here an early 3rd and long. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he's going to manage to get this out of harm's way and bring it up to the 5-yard line. Good gain of 4.
The defense is willing to just give up that run every single time. I mean, they're going to leave guys as far back as they can to protect the sticks. And in this case, flow to the ball, make an open field tackle, get off the field.
This is fielded well short of midfield. And it's a good return here. He's going to set his guys up with outstanding field position. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
Mike, when you're grinding away in the midst of training camp, these are the moments that you fantasize about. However, it's no longer a fantasy for either of these two teams. It's their reality, and it's up to them to seize the opportunity in front of them. But for that to happen, they're going to need a big game out of their quarterback, and if he plays the way he's capable of, they could be just a few hours away from heading to the Super Bowl.
And he's in! Trey Tucker! Touchdown, Vegas!
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. If you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate. Great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Raiders have struck first in the AFC Championship game. They're out to a 7-0 lead. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn it to a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Here's Matt Araiza now. He's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And this one's going to be downed inside the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
A run, Edwards-Helaire. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. On the ground, Edwards-Helaire. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And he will get into the end zone by Edwards-Helaire. Touchdown, Raiders.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Chiefs offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes on 1st down. He'll get this one out to his fullback. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
And he'll be taken down. They get him back at the 5-yard line.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Mahomes now back near his own goal line. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. The dangers of throwing when you are backed up. Quarterback trying to keep it alive and make a play. Instead, they bring him down, and it'll cost them 2 points.
I understand what the quarterback's trying to do here, Mike. He's trying to keep the play alive and buy some time for his receivers to work to get open. But backed up this close to his end zone, he's got to get rid of that ball because, as we just saw, the defense took him down for 2 points.
That is fielded at the 20. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Edwards-Helaire. Past midfield to the 45. And he's going to take this all the way home. By Edwards-Helaire. Touchdown, Las Vegas. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
So a quarter in the books in the AFC Championship. 23-0 is our score. And we're back in Vegas after this. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. The Chiefs offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. Motion man, set right. And a nice defensive play. They're good awareness coming through to make the play in the backfield for a loss of yardage. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. And he'll manage to get to the 33. Big Christian Wilkins, the one who brought him down. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for KC. Fielded at the 9. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Raiders offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They've opened up a big lead already. Try to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. Room to run past the 30. A big connection to flip the field as they get across midfield on that one.
In this coverage breakdown, Mike, it's just completely unacceptable. You come out in dime defense. What that means is you have 6 defensive backs and only 1 linebacker most often. So for the offense to find an open receiver with that much space to operate, you just have to imagine there was some sort of breakdown in communication and execution, because he had a lot of room to operate, and that defensive coordinator is not happy. The receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He gets this one to Tucker. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
Man in motion here is Tucker. They'll look to throw yet again. He's going to look for the home run ball. That is hot. What a throw. Trey Tucker. Touchdown, Vegas. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Carlson now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Raiders will add 1 more onto their big lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And he goes nowhere. Buried back at the 15-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He's going to keep it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. Trying to use that big body to get the yardage, but he is stopped for no gain. Third down, 3 to go. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. His first catch here in this AFC title game, and it's a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Mahomes. He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. To throw is Mahomes. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. When that play call came into the huddle, Mike, I don't think anyone seriously expected this guy to suddenly rip off that type of gain to extend this drive. That was more of a, hey, get what you can, wave the white flag. We are so far behind the sticks.
Here's the punter now, as he is on to kick it away. This brought in out past the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. The Raiders' offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to let one go, looking for Myers.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Again, working deep downfield. And he's just a couple short of a touchdown. We'll mark him out at the 2-yard line. A huge play just before the half. And even 50 yards.
And after that explosive play, they have a chance to extend their lead even more, and they have had their way. The defense has had no answers for anything they've done in the passing game, and they don't find out a way to slow them down.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials indicating, let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So that is what you want. I know sometimes it takes time, but they do get it right, and this call will stand. They'll look to throw again. And he'll take it on in. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders stretch things out even further. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. And they'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Divine Diablo there to make the play. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. That's caught downfield. It's Kelsey. Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break. They'll come up here 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. A 1st down throw for Mahomes. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. One final chance. Does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Which one of these two clubs is going to be Super Bowl bound? We'll find out in just a little bit. But first, let's look back to the NFC Championship game held earlier today. And it is the Green Bay Packers are heading back to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this AFC Championship game.
All right, Coach. Thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. On the return is Dylan Laube. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Raiders offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. A run with Edwards-Helaire. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Back to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. Whoa! What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Now a give on the ground, and a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he will score again. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Saving his best for the playoffs. His 3rd touchdown of the game. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units.
A hit, and he has lost the football. And the defense has it.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Vegas. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Throwing now, Mahomes. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. 2nd down and 3. To throw is Mahomes. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. They need to get it to the 27. This is third down. Now, Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This returnable from inside his own 40. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. The home team's offense and Jacoby Myers set for their next drive. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's got it downfield. Myers the connection. And he's into the end zone. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Raiders. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And, Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Raiders add on to their already sizable lead. So the Black Hole celebrates. It's a win for the Raiders, as they will lift the Lamar Hunt Trophy. They are off to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks as champions of the AFC. So that'll do it for Greg Olson, our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. We'll see you in 2 weeks in New Orleans for Super Bowl 59. Till then, good night, everyone.